Hey, Hawkamaniacs, your friendly neighborhood, that TS Hawkeye guy here. We're going to look at some figures. Before we get into that, if this is your first time here, thank you for giving me a chance. Let's go one step farther. Leave me a comment, drop me a like, maybe even subscribe. Then you'll know when all this epic content comes out. And more content for me, that does everybody good. So, if you're not new, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I acquired quite a few Star Wars figures in the last couple of weeks. I added some. These, and I know there's a couple more, these are all figures that are eligible for Figure of the Year. My criteria is I have to get it new. I have to open it. Doesn't matter if it's from 10 years ago. If I bought it and I opened it new, it's eligible. So, like Dr. Ev is on there. Yeah, I think it was a re-release, but he and Ponda Baba were re-releases. But again, if I bought the originals, I opened them, they would still be eligible. I usually do a top 5. I'm thinking we're going to do a top 10 this year. Because, I could pick 10 figures out of this. Like that. And then tomorrow, it'd be 10 other figures. Probably about 5 the same. It's, again, people that watch the channel know I have some, pretty continuous complaints. I complain about articulation, which, for the most part, has been fixed this year. Them holding their weapons, I haven't really run into that. Once or twice. Just being wonky sculpts, or along those lines. But I will have to go back. I will have to double check, and I will have to see which figures I actually got this calendar year. So most of them I know, but like I said, I know there's a few others. I would want to be disingenuous. We want to keep the sanctity of the list. So, I'm not going to include Jabba the Hutt, and I'm not going to include any Grogu. It's not really fair to do it that way. But yeah, so we got some bangers this year. Like Tatooine Luke, May, way better than the show. Clone Wars Anakin. A New Hope Obi-Wan. Like, these are so, like, Chewie. We got a new Chewie. They finally fixed the legs on Chewbacca. Most of it's reuse, but the legs, like the fact that you can stand him and pose him, 100% better. It's, I'm specifically looking for, here we go. We got Han Solo. He can actually sit in the Millennium Falcon. His belt makes it a little hard, but like the ability is there. We are also going to compare some of these figures to the next best in my collection. Eventually, like I got a bunch of Chewies. I got a bunch of Hans. I don't think anything else is really, a bunch of Obi-Wans I could do. Other than that, it's not a lot of these figures are. I'm trying to think. Help me out if you can. Yeah, not a lot of these figures I have multiple of. Like, you know what I mean? This is the only. We're gonna go back to Ponda Baba. I have. It's I do have another Rex, but it is the also eligible Black Series Clone Commander Doom sculpt. So, and I got him this calendar year, so I'm not going to even bother with him because I know he's not going to make top 10. So, yeah. So, get your bets in. Anyone have any ideas? Everyone knows bounty hunters in the three. This will be the third year, and the past two winners were Jango Fett's, and the first year winner was Cad Bane. So we've had a good streak of bounty hunters. So yeah, it's just worked out for them. So, all right, friends. Just a heads up of what's coming. You know, it's like, and just so you know that I'm not slacking off, like I have to play with all these, and just to make sure which ones are super good. I have to glue his lower leg back on, so good chance he's not making the top 10. So, you know, this is Miggs Mayfield. I have the Mandalorian that looks exactly like that. So it's kind of, you never know, maybe not. But I don't think he was going to make the top 10 either. So, yeah, but like, we had a lot of Mandalorians this year. I like Mandalorians. We got actually the Mandalorian. So, yeah. Get ready, you know. Tuck in and get ready for the end of the year when I start making lists. All right, friends. Like I said, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and we'll talk again soon. See ya.